Good morning, Vicki. How are you?
I'm great, Miss Renee. After this past month, how could you be anything but great? How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good.
You're feeling better?
Oh God, yes. You know, been pondering this very line in my head for days now. It's like I was training a few years ago under an old vet. His name was Marvin Kane, and I went to 7 different week-long seminars in the States for this guy. And his favorite line was, he said, something is only a theory unless you experience it. You cannot talk about, quote, knowledge unless you've experienced it. And I've thought about that for years, right? And I thought, we all have a lot of opinions and theories about what this virus is or is not. Hi, darling Julie. How are you this morning?
Good morning, Julie.
And that's exactly how I feel. You can't possibly know unless you've been there. You can speculate, you can back it up with science on either side. You can't know unless you're there. And we took my sister and her roommate out for dinner last night, and he's 66, I think. He's 67, and he happened to go for his shot the same day as his partner got tested. So he's been very sick as well. And some people fly through it. Diane, my sister, she's nothing to it. That's not how it was for Ed and I, and lots of people. And now, sadly, there's a lot of young people struggling with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I hate to see any of us go through that, quote, experience. I really do. But hey, whatever.
Well, and you never know. It hits strong and weak.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting to hear this morning from where my mom is that they do have a case. We're waiting for Interior Health. So far, my mom's good, but they have it pretty much like a lockdown just to be safe for the next couple of weeks. We'll hear more from Interior Health later today and find out if there's more than one person or not. So we're kind of keeping our ears open for that.
If I could be grateful about one thing, it's that we've eaten, quote, real food, meaning unprocessed food, for many, many years. I've been on my family used to call it, oh, for God's sake, she's on that health kick again. Well, that health kick, I think, has contributed to Ed and I being fairly healthy at our age. Like, we don't have preconditions, that kind of thing. And so, at 71 and 85, we're going through it instead of being a statistic.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so grateful for that. And it's pay attention, people, because you can keep yourself fairly strong, if you live right. And I don't mean a right or wrong way to live. I mean, watch what you eat and put in your body,
Yeah.
And that includes wine, by the way. Anyway, how about you, darling? How was your week?
That week was great. I jumped in my vehicle last Sunday, so a week ago Sunday, and I came back Saturday, and I went to see a couple of my grandchildren and my stepdaughter and some best friends. And it was great because I had a few meetups with my online business people, some people I had never met. And you know what? I couldn't have changed a thing. It was fabulous. So I had been retired for a whole week, and I decided to go for a drive, and it was good. So it took me about 11 hours to get to Edmonton, but I had downloaded a book, so it was great. I got to listen to a book, and on the way back, I got to listen to some music, and it was funny because even my granddaughter said to me as we were going shopping for back to school clothes, she's like, Grandma, remember when I was little and you used to sing in the car and I didn't like you to sing? And I'm like, uh-huh. It's kind of nice to drive all the way from Edmonton back to Kelowna with no one in the car, so I could sing, and I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
That is absolutely awesome. Well, I know you look like you've had a lift or a revised, just a restart.
I did. You know, it was so energizing, and to meet people and to listen to people's stories, and you know what? Just to be me.
Yeah.
I haven't actually gone back home for a couple of years just to relax. It's always something going on. And I guess that was the best thing about retiring from real estate, keeping my online business, which I love, and now I can thrive even more. But I feel like I have so much more flexibility.
Well, yeah, and the inspiration that you provide for others is amazing. Like, I think you met up with one of my people, and her enthusiasm is amazing, and it's wonderful because we all can't say. I should say we all don't say the exact same thing and have it received the same way. Because we each are individuals, and it's about your energy and your positivity, et cetera, et cetera. And so that alone, like a couple of the different people that I know that you were exposed to, is heartwarming. And it's like, what a feeling that is when you can make a difference in someone's life.
Oh, totally. And I think it's both of us, because I was nervous about meeting them and they were nervous about meeting me. And I just feel like everybody has a passion, and now we need to work on our passions.
Sure. Yeah.
That makes life so much easier.
Oh, yeah. And one of the things that I remember people questioning me about this years ago is they'd say, well, aren't you afraid of being used? And I think about that for a minute, and I think, well, if you give something and you have absolutely no investment in getting something back, how on earth could you be used?
Yeah.
Don't you think that's a good one?
I think that's a really good one, because sharing is a good thing.
It is. And
you were taught at a young age to share.
Mm-hmm. And it's, check your motives, because if you did something expecting something back or getting it twofold, you didn't do it for altruistic reasons. So get ready for your slap in the noggin.
Well, kind of like a little slap in the noggin. I have a really bad gluten intolerance, and I was very good while I was away, except I had some tiramisu. Tiramisu is not gluten-free, so it's kind of being responsible for your actions. So I'm having a little reminder that I fell off the gluten-free.
Universal slap along the ear.
Yes, so long as you're responsible, and you know what? You just deal with the consequences of your choices. I'm dealing.
Good girl. Yeah, well, I was dealing all the month of August too. Because of my actions, yes. And by the way, I'm correcting that on September the 10th.
Okay.
Hold my feet to the fire. Oh, dear. Well, I'm glad you had such a great week, because I missed you too, by the way. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I missed you too. But it was amazing that grandchildren grow so quickly.
Yeah.
We have two that I saw, and they both just turned 12 years old. So
wow.
I'm two different moms, and a girl and a boy. So my grandson Milo, he played his first game of football on Sunday. I missed it for the season, but he just got promoted to captain. So that was pretty sweet.
Uh-huh.
And then my granddaughter, she's 12, and she's getting ready for junior high, and she has a different style than grandma. I was helping her pick out clothes when we were shopping, but I realized that grandma's out. Grandma's not good for school picker-outer. And then our other grandson, who unfortunately I didn't get to see, he's turning 16 in October, and he just qualified as #1 quarterback in Alberta.
Wow.
So I guess I better learn football rules because I don't know them.
Well, you know, grandmas are always different. Like I support my grandson, you know, the same way you do, like flawlessly.
Yes.
But I know for a fact there are some games, and football would be one of them, that I would be saying, I'm really glad that you like that, honey, and I'm really glad that you're so successful, but would you please stop trying to kill my grandson? He was born perfect, and he ain't going to end up perfect.
Well, with two grandsons playing football, I'm going to have to learn the rules.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's great.
So do you have a busy week planned?
Well, I'm starting this week. I'm going to go through the training again. I was in it the other day, and I realized that as many times as I go through certain things, because our amazing team updates so often, I've got words that I'd rather not be using. So just to make sure things keep on the up and up, that's what my plan is.
Oh, that's good.
And I'm going to do another ad as well.
Perfect. One thing I missed though is when I did meet up with a couple people, one of the suggestions I made, I think it's 5A, the updating of the training. Mm-hmm. I myself try and look at it every Monday. Mm-hmm. Sometimes there's just like 3 or 4 things that you can just update. But if you leave it too long, you could be looking at 20 things because our team is so good at updating the training.
Yeah.
Follow behind.
And that's really good advice. And so that's my September start, is to do that every Monday morning.
Perfect.
Right after our little blurb.
Well, I'm kind of enjoying this little bit of freedom. So I'm going to be leaving Wednesday morning again.
Oh, you little road tramp. Where are you going?
We're going to go away for a few days in the RV.
Oh. Well, I thought you couldn't do that until later on in the month.
I'm doing that again. So I'm going to go away for a couple days this week.
Yeah.
Meet up with my youngest son and his girlfriend and her parents.
Nice.
So a little camping trip. And then near the end of September, we'll go back to Fairmont for a week.
Ah, I see. Okay.
So yes, I'm turning into an RV road tramp.
Road tramp fits quite well, actually.
I don't know. I'm taking this retirement and working online.
Cool, hey? Yeah, exactly. We'll have the best time. And, of course, we'll chat. The one nice thing that what we do is doesn't matter where you are. You can do the same thing every day.
You can do it everywhere you want.
Everywhere you want. Yeah, that's great.
Okay, well, thanks for tuning in. See you, Vicki. I'll chat with you soon. Bye.
Bye now.